Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the time of day it is for you. I hope that it is great. Welcome to Authenticity the Hard Way YouTube channel. I am your host, Asha Zalika, and I want to thank you first and foremost for joining me. Today, I am going to be doing an oracle reading. Well, I did the oracle reading this morning. I was strongly urged and pushed to do this reading, specifically. Well, I mean, every time I'm given the instruction to do a reading, it is I'm led to. It's not something that I just get up and I say, okay, I'm just going to do a reading. This one I felt in my deep within my soul that needed to be done because of all that has happened within the last 6 months, specifically the last 3.5 months. And for background or to understand the urgency and the power, if you will, of this reading, I would encourage you. Encouraging you to visit the podcast, Authenticity the Hard Way podcast playlist, and it is season 3, episodes. The last 3 episodes that I've uploaded from the podcast. I'm drawing a blank right now on my first time doing an edit or doing a pause. Sorry about that. I'm tickled because I'm using my laptop instead of my phone. And on my phone, doing the recording is Samsung, whatever. So I finally, anyway, forget that. I'm rambling. So the, I don't know why that's so funny to me. The podcast episodes, season 3, episodes 4, parts 1, 2, and 3, go into detail about what I have grown through, or what I've had to grow through these last couple of months. That's very transformative and life-changing. So following, being obedient to do this reading, once I was done with it, I was in awe at just, and I don't know why I always get so in awe about what and how Spirit moves in my life, but I just do. And I think it's just the amount of gratitude and love that I have for my relationship with Spirit, to speak with me through whatever means necessary to speak and communicate with me. So after I received the message, the cards, I felt the immediate, and when I say immediate, I mean like urgent, like this, not something like, oh, this is a good thing to do. No, this is what you must do, therefore get on it type of immediacy, to share, which totally aligns with what I had planned for the YouTube channel 5 months ago, I believe. I did an episode, a video, talking about the ways in which I want to expand the YouTube channel, and doing oracle and tarot readings was one of that, a part of that, and everything, just kind of started falling apart. So there was a grieving period that I went through. It's like, man, I really, that felt when I received that, to do that, it was so powerful, and I really want to do that, and then everything just fell apart. Necessarily, it was necessary, but come full circle, and here I am. So there is a playlist, and it is called The Wisdom of the Oracle, which is my Oracle deck, and more. And the and more will be tarot. I'm learning all of this stuff, y'all. I've been doing tarot readings for myself for God, I don't know how many years now. I don't know. It's been a long time, and I've been studying. I just started working with the Oracle deck, and it is amazing. It's a lot more personal for me, the Oracle cards, than the tarot. So I am practicing, and my practice is just being obedient and doing it. Also with astrology and the planetary alignments and the moon cycle and everything. I'm learning that too. Been studying it since I was a teenager. And then lo and behold, I am strongly encouraged to get my bachelor's degree in metaphysical sciences, which involves all of this. So that's a whole nother video, right? But I said all that to say that I am studying. I am learning. I am not a professional. I have not been degreed in doing readings or certified or whatever have you. I am led by spirit. And led by spirit with all of the wisdom and knowledge, emotional intelligence, and empathic intuitiveness that I have gained throughout my life. I share this. And of course, study for yourself. Don't take my word for it. You know what I'm saying. Study. Do your own research. Okay, so this is how this is going to work. Because this is new to me, I will be reading. It's only 3 cards. It's not a long reading. I will be reading from the Wisdom of the Oracle book what the message of the card is, and kind of curtailing that and giving what Spirit gives me to share. Okay? And my process when I sit down is simply, Oracle, speak to me. That's it. Rarely do I ask questions or go in with a question. I just simply want to know, what is it that you have to share with me? And I allow Oracle to flow through spirit organ. I call this my Oracle deck thing because it's the Oracle. But I have been called the Oracle, and that's a whole nother video. So the first card. And okay, so I encourage you to listen to the podcast on what I've been through. But the overall, what's the word I want? Everything that I just went through was a tearing down of what I had spent 7 years envisioning and moving towards. The reunification of my family. That was my whole goal. But it was built on shaky ground. And anything built on shaky ground will not stand. And so I literally went through a season, a tower moment season, where everything in my family life and in my life crumbled violently, chaotically. So that is what this reading, the aftermath, the aftermath of that is contained in here. I hope that came out right. That sounded kind of punchy to me. So anyway, the first card. These cards are so beautiful. The first card is the Fates card. Fates. And the Oracle's message. The Serenity Prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in your life you will never have control over. The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, by nature, and by your past experiences may be fated, preordained by Spirit for a greater purpose you cannot understand in this lifetime. It may not be in your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and work with what those events and your current circumstances have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained in the Serenity Prayer. Now, we have no control over the situations and events that happen in our life. There is a greater purpose in everything. And for me, 7 years ago, my only goal, to get back on stage, bodybuilding, competing, but the only goal that I was really pushing for was the reunification with my children. I have 3 adult children, and then my teenager is 15. And we were terribly, tragically separated. So that was my push. That was my goal. And I got it. However, like I said, it was built on faulty ground. The foundation of my family was built on faulty ground. It was destroyed by circumstances out of my control. Looking back now, as I said earlier, I do my readings based off of all of the wisdom, the knowledge, the experience, all of that. Looking back now, I can see just how fated the destruction was. Everything that happened a couple months ago, the last 2 years, has been out of my control for the specific purpose of the course and the direction of my life in conjunction with my family life is not as I had wanted it to be. It's not my course. Could not stand, because there's a greater purpose. Some things in our lives, many things in our lives are fated, and we cannot control them. The power of understanding that is that you can now live your life at ease if you accept that you have no control, that there is a power greater than you that has control, and that control is for the benefit of you and all those involved. The second card, that's good. Sometimes I love doing this. I love having this calling. I love the security that I have in being present like this. There is nothing greater than being used by Spirit. I'm going to stop there because I'm not crying. I got no tissue right here. The second card is you're gonna love this because I can't make this stuff up, y'all. This is not made up. This is just how we roll with the universe spirit. Chaos and conflict. I can't make this up. I didn't make this up. This is not me. I don't know how that light is on there, but this is a beautiful card. Chaos and conflict. Whew. Mercy. And the oracle's message is opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere. But consider the value of chaos that serves you well. As you become unmoored by it, scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself you no longer need. I'll read that again. Scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself you no longer need, and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outward and causing disarray. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control. Because you can't. Because it's fated. Yet every storm passes, and chaos leads to a reordering of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of a situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you may need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than to be understood. Man, chaos and conflict. That is absolutely what I experienced in my family. It started as a little snowball October 2023 and turned into an avalanche by the end of April, going into early May. This month. Yeah, this month. A complete avalanche of chaos. Fighting. It was horrible. But necessary. The opposing forces tore up everything that needed to be tore up. Uncovered everything that needed to be uncovered. When the winds hit, stuff started moving. I'm speaking figuratively, and true emotions, true motives, everything came out, and it was necessary, and it was time, or because it was necessary, and because it was time, because there's a greater purpose. And that greater purpose, one of those greater purposes, is the liberation of me. Liberating myself from false identities, core beliefs that no longer were viable. Ideas, desires for a family that did not exist, could not exist. The structure of what I wanted could not exist. It was necessary. Chaos and conflict. I just seen Thanos when he did that, right? And he said, I am inevitable. What? Chaos. Conflict. It's inevitable. But if we accept the fact that we have no control and that the chaos and the conflict are working together for a greater, higher purpose. There's peace in the midst of the storm. There's peace. There's understanding now. There is liberation, like I said. And it's okay. And this is so powerful because knowing this and accepting this now. So this reading is timeless, right? Because learning this now and looking towards the future, if chaos and conflict are inevitable and we have no control over anything, but we have the wisdom to change the things that we can and the courage to accept the serenity prayer, then going forward, we are well equipped to handle anything that comes our way. That is wisdom. And the final one, I love this. Here and now. So this is what it looks like right side up. It's I don't know if you can read. There you go. Here and now. But it came reversed. Reversed is not a bad thing. A reverse card in tarot or in an oracle reading is not bad. Specifically for the oracle readings, a reverse card is a warning card, a protection card. And for me, it has been a stern reminder card. Pay attention, okay? And the protection message is, whenever you find your mind drifting into the past, wondering if things could have or should have been better, or whenever you find yourself longing for the good old days, you leak power. The same is true of looking too far ahead and hoping the future will provide you with certainty. Driven by ambition, you might wander too long in a place with no substance and forget that you are here today. The past and the future are illusions. Whenever you leave the present moment, you're disconnecting from your inherent power to manifest your reality. The true substance, your inherent power to manifest your reality with true substance. Neither past nor future can give you what you need. Now is all that counts. Come back from those eternities and be here now. All will be well, and miracles will appear as if by magic in the perfect timing of spirit. Have a mic, but there goes. Here and now. This is what matters. Here and now. I have an experience I'm going to share quickly. I shared it in a message, a video a little while ago. Here and now. Okay, coming off of the chaos and the conflict, right? Still in the emotional and mental aftermath of that. I was sitting on my bed and I felt to do nothing. I am in Aries. I talk about this all the time. I'm constantly doing something. But this day I felt the need to just sit and be still. My neighbor came over. She was having a seizure. I will link that video, the little talk that I did. I will link that, so I'll just go over it right quickly with you. She was having a seizure. Refused to go to the hospital. All she wanted me to do was sit and talk to her. She kept saying, just talk to me, Asha, just talk to me, Asha. Please, please, just talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. I talked to her, and the seizure stopped, went away. She was supposed to go home and go to sleep. She did not. She came over the next day. So I need to tell you something, very excited, very excited. She said, Asha, all of my demons are gone. She had a 5-hour conversation with the son that she had not spoken with in 11 years, who told her she could come and live with him. Her living conditions are deplorable. But her son told her, Mom, you can come live with me. Had I not been present, had I been sitting up crying, still depressed, still broken. I am broken. Now I understand, because I did a video on that. I am broken. I'm getting better. I'm moving on. But I am broken, and I understand that. Had I sat in a broken state, meaning depressed, just low energy, my mind traveling to the past, getting stuck in the past. And the past is just a few months ago. Had my mind been stuck in that past, I would not have been able. I may not have been able to help her. Now, Spirit moves through me powerfully. I would have been able, I believe, because she came. But if I was so depressed and so sad and so withdrawn, I hate to even think about, like, what if in the past, what if I wasn't? I'm just here and now. Here and now, that woman is wonderful. Hopefully she's packing her bags. But anyway, I said that to say the power of our present moment is all that we have. That is our power. That is where our manifestation power is. Here and now will help us be able to manage and maneuver and deal with the chaos and the conflict that can arise at any time. Staying in the here and now will allow us to remember that there is nothing that we can control. That everything that happens for a reason, and that we have the power in each and every moment to stay present. And in doing that, we work with God. We work with Spirit. We work with the universe for that higher purpose, that higher calling that we all have. And if we are actually embodying that, then we are working with Spirit, with the universe, for the higher good of whatever that higher purpose is. I hope that made sense. Yes, I hope that this blessed you, encouraged you, gave you some reminders. You are valuable. Everything that happens to you, honey, happens for a reason. And it sucks that some of this stuff has to be so painful and so devastating. But That is what authenticity the hard way is all about. It is the chaos and the conflict, the things that are fated that we cannot control, that push us and lifts us into the next highest version of ourselves. Keep your head up. Stay positive. Stay in the here and now. And you're going to be just fine. I love you. And I'll see you soon.